When most people think of a $3 million per month business, they tend to think of some technological invention, some sort of software, some sort of AI related business. But in today's video, we're going to uncover a $3 million per month e-commerce business that sells something quite simple. What they do, as you can see on the screen here, is they sell cozy blankets. I know, it sounds pretty insane, but it's true. Now, this store is called Minky Couture, and what we're going to do is we're going to go through their landing pages, through their market. We're going to look at some of the marketing angles that they use, some of the traffic sources that they're using, and we're going to dissect it so that we can implement all of it into our own e-commerce businesses or whatever business you're running. Now, if you don't know me, my name is Ari, and I do this all the time on YouTube. I run a company called the Chemi Lab, and there we help clients with media buying. We help them grow with Facebook ads, TikTok ads, Google ads. And we also coach clients and also build some of our own stores, which in the last few months have done well over 7 figures, which is pretty cool. And a lot of these principles, the principles that we use for those things, we learn from stores that are at higher levels. So as you see here, Minky Couture is the store that I'm talking about. Now, first things first, let's look at the traffic distribution. $1.1 million in the last few months, 1.1 million monthly visitors, not dollars. And of course, it's crashed significantly since the holiday season. That makes sense since the holiday season tends to be the time that people buy these sorts of things the most. So this is a bit of a seasonal product, but surely there's people buying blankets all throughout the year. Now, let's take a look at their best sellers. That's the first thing that I want to do when it comes to their actual landers, because when you look at their best sellers, that's kind of how you find out what's working the best for them. So let me make myself smaller here. I'll just move over to this side. And this is their best seller. It's a Belgian waffle caramel blanket. That's a pretty funny name. And as you see, it's $89. So it's not a cheap blanket. However, it's not a crazy expensive blanket. And if we scroll down on their landing page, we can see right away that one of their marketing angles is that they're making an impact. So right here, you can actually give a donation to Heart of Minky Couture, which is apparently their foundation. That's actually awesome. And then here they have the thickness scale. So they have a thickness scale for each one of their blankets, which is pretty cool and very congruent. The images are absolutely amazing. They're very well done. Not anything too crazy though. Like these wouldn't be too difficult to produce. And then let's see, Minky Couture midway blankets have shorter minky threads that create a silky feel with love. So soft and silky, lightweight feels, shorter minky threads, and then just some reviews. So that's one thing that I really love about these high level e-com stores a lot of times is that they're not over explaining the product. Like it kind of speaks for itself. And I think that's a good approach because generally when you add way too much text, way too many things that the customer needs to read in order to understand the product, like that's not going to lead to a conversion, at least not fast, right? It's going to lead to a very slow conversion. And if you're running meta ads, which is one of my favorite ways to grow stores, you want to get people to buy fast, right? You want to get them to not overthink it and just absolutely make a decision right there. Now, this company is running a significant amount of ads, but hold on, we're getting ahead of ourselves. Let me actually, so the infant one is 89, but their grande, the biggest one that they have is $300, a $300 blanket. That's pretty crazy. So let's add it to cart and let's see what it says. So you can add for free return for store credit or exchange, packet protection, $297. So they're automatically adding this into the order. This is actually funny because it's a common tactic that's talked about in the branded dropshipping world to add like some sort of shipping protection into your checkout. It's very controversial, but this brand, they're doing it and it's working for them. They're adding an extra, $298 to each order. That's a significant amount of profit over time if you add it up across a lot of orders. That's pretty cool. Let's check their checkout, see what it looks like. Very simple, Minky Couture, just very simple lander. So let's just go back here. Now, their Facebook ads are quite interesting because they're running 100 different results. That's a lot of active ads. And if we scroll down sort of towards the bottom here, we can see the ones that have been running the longest, and these are some that have been running for almost an entire year. It's March now, 2025. So these are ads that they still have turned on. Now, of course, we don't know how much these ads are doing. Maybe they're keeping them on just to throw off spies like ourselves, right? But it's doubtful. I don't think so. Let's take a look at one of these. Cozy luxury stretchy quality plush, best blanket ever. Minky Couture, use code blanket50 for 50% off all full price items. Wow, that's a big discount. And yeah, so they went really hard with this 50% off, and then they're doing a lot of that 50% off. So they're doing huge sales. What I really like is actually that they're going for these really short body text here. Immerse yourself in the luxurious comfort of a Minky Couture blanket. Super simple ad copies. They're not going really crazy with it, which fits the brand aesthetic and brand image that they're going after. These are very like nuanced things. And a lot of you guys, for example, are trying to build dropshipping stores, which is great. I don't mind. I like helping people build their dropshipping stores. I build dropshipping stores too, but with the purpose of building a brand, right? I almost like to call those stores minimum viable product brands, because ultimately your goal should be to improve your product and make something that people love and return to. And that's what really makes a brand, is when people come back to your store or tell their friends about it. And it's important to think about what you want your brand to be, right? Because for these guys, if they started doing just crazy ad copies, it would just throw off their vibe completely. Whereas, they're keeping it so simple and luxurious and going for this premium vibe, and it works. I really like that, actually. I think this vibe is really cool. However, it's interesting because there's like a dichotomy here. They're going after the super premium vibe while at the same time running 50% off sales. Like, they're doing huge sales.
Minky Couture blankets, you never will go back to another blanket. They are the
super simple
ever. Their difference basically just makes.
I mean, this is just this girl talking about the blanket. It's a very simple ad. And by the way, I got the $3 million a month metric from Store Leads. It may not be entirely accurate. Who knows? But I think it's a good baseline. Now, their social media pages are pretty active. So, they're posting every single day, which is really nice. This is a really nice detail that I always encourage brands to do, is to post on social media every day if you can, especially if you have a lot of, if you're kind of overstocked on content that maybe you don't want to test for ads, post it on your social media pages. It will make your brand look so much more trustworthy, and sometimes you can get a lot of sales from that. But also, when people check out your pages from running ads, not everybody does that, right? But even if 5% of people do, that's a significant amount of people if you're spending a lot of money on ads. They do have a TikTok linked on their site, but this is what it leads me to. Now, it's just funny to me that even brands at the highest level, they make these small little mistakes, right? Where, for example, they're not linking any sort of TikTok account into their page. So they have the icon here, but when you click it, it takes you nowhere, which is quite interesting. Now, I also want to show you a really cool free tool here from Smart Reply. So if you just go to smartreply.io, you can access in the menu this free comment analysis tool, which is super interesting because if you put in any brand here, right, we can see Minky Couture, their page, they're replying to literally 0% of their comments. And that's what Smart Reply allows you to do, is to automatically reply to comments, train an AI based on whatever page you want. You can train an AI agent for each page of yours if you have multiple. And, in this case, if this brand used Smart Reply, they would train their AI on this luxurious, cozy blanket vibe. And this AI would automatically reply to all these comments, right? They're replying to 0% of comments, which is so bad. But it's whatever. I mean, a lot of brands don't really pay attention to their comments too much. And that's why Smart Reply is a great tool for them to use. But we can see people commenting, hey, like, has anyone had trouble contacting them? I can't get a hold of them. I won't buy this because you lie in your commercial. NICUs don't use these blankets. If you're going to lie about that, I'm afraid of what is in these blankets. Ooh, that's interesting. So, looking at your comments, you can learn so much. This is such a little hack because, for example, maybe they should show NICUs using it, right? That would be a very strong marketing angle based on what people are saying here. one more thing I want to show you is the trend behind cozy blankets, which again, it's a silly trend, but at the same time, it's actually super powerful. You can see it continuously growing. Every year it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. And, this brand continues to get bigger and bigger and bigger with it. And there's so many trends like this out there. If you don't know how to find these trends, I mean, there's no secret. It's really just working, and doing research. So what you can do is you can join a Chemi Labs accelerator, because in there I've hired a whole research team to do this kind of research for you. And what's really cool is that if you want us to coach you, which is something we're starting to do now, we just opened up a few spots for coaching one-on-one, you'll get lifetime access to our accelerator. So that's free access to all of our research, all of our course content, where we've literally shown ad accounts being scaled from 0 to 30K a day. And all of that you get for joining the one-on-one coaching program that we just released. So that's pretty cool. Just wanted to mention that. It's a form like this. It's a very simple form. You just give us a little bit of information about you and we'll see if it's the right fit. Of course, if you have no budget, don't fill out the form because it does require a budget. But ultimately, I just wanted to show you, here's just some reviews from the accelerator community. We literally have 5-star reviews coming in all the time. These people love it. People in the community are very excited about it, and that makes me excited about it. We've actually had 2 members join in the last couple months that have achieved 6K a day in sales from 0. Like, that's pretty insane. So these people are building brands. They are crushing it, and I would love to see you in there. But ultimately, Soft Minky Blankets, Minky Couture, these guys are awesome. I love their store. I love how simple it is, and I love that they're crushing it. There's just those few little details that I pointed out, like responding to comments, and just linking a TikTok. That's really about it. What I would also do is probably have, let me see if they even have something like that, like some sort of affiliate program. They don't, but they should, because that would be a great way to get more content. It's one of the pillars that we use at Chemi Lab for our clients, and something we teach the coaching people that we'll be coaching. We'll be teaching them how to set up an affiliate program with the purpose of getting a ton of content to run as ads. But that's about it for today. I know I yapped for a little bit of time here, and I'm happy that you made it through, but that's about it. Hope you learned something, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.